So in this class we are going to discuss about the properties of DFT. So in the last class we have discussed about the DFT, discrete Fourier transform, where we have the signals, input signal x of n and the output signal x of k, both are in discrete form. So x of k is given as summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi n k by n, and x of n is equal to 1 by n summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of k e power j 2 pi n k by n. So we have found the DFT for a sequence. So initially we took a 4-point sequence and we have computed the DFT for that sequence, and we found that it is x of e for x of n equal to 1 2 3 4, x of k is found as 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 and minus 2 minus 2j. And for sequence 1 2 minus 1 and minus 2, x of k is found as 0 2 minus 4j 0 and 2 plus 4j. So we also have the matrix form of method to find the DFT. So to find the inverse DFT, we need to convert the complex terms into complex conjugate terms. So if you are having minus j, then you have to make this one as plus j, and if you are having plus j, then you have to make this one as minus j. So the complex terms has to be made as complex conjugate terms, and then we need to multiply by 1 by n, because x of n is nothing but it is going to be 1 by n summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of k power plus j 2 pi n k by n. So this 1 by n also has to be multiplied. So it is left as an exercise for the students to complete the IDFT process. Given x of k, then you have to find x of n. So now we move on to the properties of the DFT. So here we have the periodicity property. So x of n whose DFT is x of k. After finding the DFT of the sequence x of n, that is x of k, then we can state that x of n plus n equal to x of n and x of k plus n equal to x of k. Both x of n and x of k are periodic with the period n. Okay. So in that case, x of n plus capital N equal to x of n and x of k plus capital N equal to x of k. So they are periodically they will be repeating. This happens only when you are finding the DFT for the sequence x of n, that is finding the x of k. After finding x of k, then both x of n and x of k would become periodic with the period n. So x of n would be having 4 samples, the 4 samples of 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you are having x of 4, then it is nothing but it is going to be, it can be written in terms of x of n plus n format, capital N equal to 4, so small n then becomes equal to 0. So you will be having, based on that formula, then you will be getting x of 0. X of 4 is nothing but it is going to be x of 0. Similarly, x of 5 is nothing but it is going to be x of 1, and x of 6 is equal to x of 2, and x of 7 equal to x of 3, and x of 8 is nothing but it is going to be x of 0 or x of 4. So similarly, we can also substitute for the negative side also. Okay. So this is the periodicity property. So the periodicity property states that x of n plus n equal to x of n, and x of k plus n is also equal to x of k. So periodically it's been repeating. Linearity property. So second property is nothing but it's going to be the linearity property. So consider we have two sequences, x1 of n and x2 of n, and their corresponding DFTs are x1 of k and x2 of k. So considering that it is the DFT, Then the inverse is nothing but it's going to be, it is called as IDFT, inverse DFT. So taking inverse for x1 of k, then you will be getting x1 of n. So that's why it is pointed on both sides. So x1 of n, DFT is x1 of k. x1 of k, IDFT is x1 of n. Okay, both the things are possible. Similarly, x2 of n, DFT is x2 of k. Linearity property states that it is having additivity and the homogeneity properties are joined together, and so we'll be having a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n. The whole DFT is nothing but it's going to be, it will be equal to a into x1 of k plus b into x2 of k, where a and b are constants. So here we can take sequences x1 of n as 1, 2, 3, 4 and x2 of n as 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. Already we have found the DFTs for these two sequences, so we can easily write that x1 of k is nothing but it's going to be 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 and minus 2 minus 2j, and x2 of k is equal to 0, 2 minus 4j, 0, 2 plus 4j. So, and we can also consider a is equal to 1 and b equal to 2. So taking the left hand side, the left hand side is nothing but it's going to be a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n, substituting a is equal to 1 and b equal to 2, and x1 of n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and x2 of n equal to 1, 2, minus 1 and minus 2. Then you would be getting a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n would be equal to 3, 6, 1, 0. And its DFT, the DFT of a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n gives you 3610 DFT. Then it will be getting this one as 10, 2 minus 6j minus 2 and 2 plus 6j. So on the right hand side we have a into x1 of k plus b into x2 of k. We have x1 of k and x2 of k is given as x1 of k is equal to 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j, and x2 of k is nothing but it's going to be 0, 2 minus 4j, 0, 2 plus 4j. Substituting a is equal to 1 and b equal to 2 and adding them, then you would be getting 10, 2 minus 6j minus 2, 2 plus 6j. So in the second sequence, the first sample is 0, so we are getting 10, and this second sequence, the second sample is nothing but it is going to be 2 minus 4j multiplying by 2, then you will be getting 4 minus 8j. This 4 minus 8j is added with the first sequence second sample, that is minus 2 plus 2j. So 4 minus 2 would be getting 2 and minus 8j plus 2j, then you would be getting minus 6j. So similarly you can substitute for the other values and then you would be getting 10, 2 minus 6j minus 2 and 2 plus 6j. So here we can find that in both the way we are getting the same answer. So taking the left hand side and its DFT, that is equal to, the DFT of the left hand side is equal to the weighted sum of the DFTs of the two sequences x1 of n and x2 of n. So weighted sum of the two sequences DFT is equal to weighted sum of the DFTs of the individual sequences. Okay. So that is the linearity property and it has been proved. Then we move on to the circular time shifting property. So we have the time shifting. So time shifting means then if we are we can shift towards the right by k units, then x of n then becomes equal to x of n minus k, and if it is shifted towards the left by k units means then you will be getting x of n would be replaced by x of n plus k. So consider we have x of n and its DFT is x of k. Then x of n minus p DFT is nothing but it's going to be e power minus j 2 pi pk by n into x of k, where p is a constant. That is the shift. Okay. But here this shift is not linear shift, but it is only circular shift. circular shift means the last sample then becomes the first sample. Like that it will be shifted. The other samples will be shifted 1 unit, but the last sample always will be having the wrapping effect. Okay. Or else we can consider this one as a periodic sequence. So the entire sequence is a periodic sequence. Then we can consider this one as a shifting by 1 unit gives you the same effect. Considering that we are having the samples as 0, 1, 2, 3, and x of n is nothing but it's going to be a 0 sample is 1, and first sample is 2, and the second sample is 3, and the third sample is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 can be given. This can be also be considered as a periodic sequence. Okay, and then shifting this one by 1 unit also gives the same answer. So in this case, if it is not considered as a periodic sequence, means the last sample then becomes the first sample, then you will be getting the new sequences 4, 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, if you are considering this one as a periodic sequence, then single shift then would be causing the 1 to move to the next location, and 2 to move to the next location, 3 to move to the next location, and 4 to move to the next location. And similarly, the previous case also, the 4 would be moving from -1th sample to 0th sample. Okay, so finally we will be getting 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is called as the considering this one as a periodic sequence and then doing a single shifting. It is equivalent to that of the circular time shifting. Okay. In any ways, you would be getting this one as the 4, 1, 2, 3. The fourth lost sample then becomes the first sample, and the remaining samples are shifted by 1 unit. So you'll be getting this one as the same thing. Okay. After a shifting of 1 unit towards the right direction, the new sequence that you get is 4, 1, 2, 3, and the DFT of the 4, 1, 2, 3 sequence is nothing but it is going to be substituting that, then you will be getting 10, and the second one it is going to be 4 minus j minus 2 and plus 3j. So 4 minus 2 it is nothing but it's going to be 2, and minus j plus 3j, then you will be getting 2j. So 2 plus 2j. Similarly here you will be getting 2, and here you will be getting 2 minus 2j. So what happens is that in the right hand side we have the property states that the DFT of this one is also equivalent to e power minus j 2 pi p into k by n multiplied by x of k. X of k is the original sequence DFT, that is 1, 2, 3, 4's original sequence DFT is nothing but it's going to be 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 and minus 2 minus 2j. So x of k is given as 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 and minus 2 minus 2j, and p is equal to 1 and capital N equal to 4. So in that case, each of the samples would be multiplied by this weight value, where p always takes 1, and k is being incremented. So the first sample is 0, so k is equal to 0, and second sample k then becomes equal to 1, and for the next sample k then takes the value of 2, and the next sample then takes the value of 3. So substituting that, then you will be getting e power 0 into x of 0. X of 0 is nothing but it's going to be 10, so you'll be getting 10. Okay, and the next sample is e power minus j 2 pi into p is equal to 1, k is equal to 1, n is equal to 4. So 1 into 1 you will be getting 1, 1 into 2 pi it is going to be 2 pi, 2 pi by 4 you will be getting pi by 2, that is given here as e power minus j pi by 2. E power minus j pi by 2 is nothing but it's going to be minus j, right? This minus j is multiplied with x of 1. X of 1 is minus 2 plus 2j, so minus j into minus 2 plus 2j, you will be getting this one as minus j into minus 2, you will be getting 2j, and minus j into 2j, you will be getting this one as minus 2j square. J square equal to minus 1, and already another minus is there, so they will be getting cancelled and you will be getting 2. So 2 plus 2j, right? Minus j multiplied by 2j 2 plus 2j, correct. This is given here as 2 plus 2j, and similarly here minus 2, and it is multiplied by e power minus j pi. J pi is nothing but it's going to be minus 1, so minus 1 into minus 2 will be getting this one as 2, so that's given here. Okay, simply given here, and then the next one is something but it's going to be e power minus j 3 pi by 2, so minus j 270 degrees, so you will be getting this one as plus j. So plus j is multiplied by minus 2 minus 2j, and you will be getting this one as 2 minus 2j. So here we can see that the shifted sequence DFT is equal to the x of k multiplied by the corresponding exponential sequence. Okay. A shift in the time domain causes multiplication with some exponential value. So what happens if the shift is done in the frequency domain? So there are two cases are there. One is the time shifting and the other one is the frequency shifting. If you are doing the frequency shifting, then instead of x of k, then you will be getting x of k minus p, and its IDFT is nothing but it's going to be, it will be multiplied by exponential value. X of n is multiplied by e power plus j 2 pi p into n by n. Okay, it is time domain, so it is nothing but it's going to be n, small. So again we take x of n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and p is equal to 1, a constant, and then we already know that x of k is nothing, it's going to be 10 minus 2 plus 2j minus 2 minus 2 minus 2j. So on the left hand side we have x of n is multiplied by e power j 2 pi p n by n, where n takes the value from 0 to 3 and p takes the value as 1. P can be any value, but we have chosen only 1. Okay, substituting we will be having for n equal to 0, x of n e power j 2 pi p n by n gets x of 0 multiplied by e power 0, that is equal to 1 into 1, it is going to be 1. And for n equal to 1, then you will be getting x of 1 e power j 2 pi into 1 by 4, and you will be getting e power j pi by 2, it is equal to plus j. Okay, cos pi by 2 plus j sin pi by 2, sin pi by 2 equal to 1, so we will be getting plus j. So 2 into j is going to be 2j. Similarly for n equal to 2, then you will be getting x of 2 is multiplied by e power 2 pi into 1 into 2 by 4. So 2 into 2, 4, 4 by 4, it is going to be 1. So e power j pi. E power j pi is nothing but it's going to be minus 1. So minus 1 into 3, you will be getting minus 3. So similarly for n equal to 3, x of 3 into e power j 2 pi into 1 into 3 by 4, you will be getting this one as e power j 3 pi by 2. You will be getting this one as minus 1, sorry, minus j into 4, you will be getting minus 4j. So the new sequence is nothing but it's going to be 1, 2j, minus 3, minus 4j, and its DFT is nothing but you will be getting minus 2, minus 2j, 10, minus 2 plus 2j, and minus 2. This is nothing but you will be getting the shifted sequence of x of k. So x of k shifted by 1 unit, so periodically shifting, so you will be getting this circularly shifting, then you will be getting this one as the last sample would be taking the first sample's position, and then you will be getting this one as minus 2 minus 2j, 10, minus 2 plus 2j, and minus 2. So these are the 4 properties that we have discussed in today's class. Okay, and in the next class we will be discussing some more properties like convolution, multiplication, correlation, Parseval's. Okay, thank you.